Good afternoon, Speed Gaming, and welcome to week 4 of the Link to the Past Randomizer League, Invitational League in particular for today. We're, as I said, week 4, it's co-op retrants. So, 2 runners for each team are racing, and it's co-op with the retrants. So, we start with a sword. It is full-on across keys with a bit of a retro skin on it. What that means is small keys are universal. Bow is a rupee bow. Firing a regular arrow costs 10 rupees, silvers cost 50, and you have to buy the quiver. And big keys are shuffled. Besides that, all the entrances are shuffled. It's a cross-world entrance randomizer. I'm Radical Sniper 99, joined by Fear Agent. Our teams today are Beats from the East with Homemade Beer and Moogle Charm, and then we have OKDUDES with Hitsuyen and Telethar. Hello, Fear.
Hello, that's a lot. That's a lot. And we're just getting started because it's going to be even more as we get going. We got to pay attention to entrances. We got to pay attention to big keys. The runners are going to pay attention to their money, and we get to have a good time.
Yeah, so this is going to be a mad house to start. Fear, you and I doing the Invitational League stuff as well are getting used to this mode. How chaotic is it?
It's not chaotic as much as you would think it is. It's making sure you have good communication.
Yeah,
that's the real big difference here.
good point. It's there's gonna be this early start. We do get a bottle out of the sanctuary, but it's very quickly like, okay, what can I figure out? What can you tell me? And let's try to build a plan. We do see sanctuary in CAC, which is really nice.
Yeah, so once they get bombs, they can just drop down and be good to go.
So yeah, Moogle and Telethar are going to work their way through Kakariko, finding Super Bunny, while Hitsu and Beer are working towards... Looks like they're going to go east. Neither team going for the Houlihan. I've not
that's
been a fan
surprising.
of Houlihan.
Oh, really?
Myself. I'm not.
I like the Houlihan start in Retrants specifically because of the money issue. Not both runners, but at least one runner, Houlihan. You get the information from the witch entrance, and then you get some cash in case you need to buy some bombs right away. So I don't think a Houlihan start in a co-op is not that bad, I would say.
No, it's a fair play. And great connector there for Beer ending up at Eastern. Hitsu's going to find the other end of Fairy Ascension Cave momentarily. Telethar got some bombs. So doing back of escape. Now, one of the usual things we talk about with co-op modes, of course, is health management, as we do find a good shop on Moogle's screen there at the Bush House. So usually we talk about health, and these are low percent plays. Honestly, Retrants doesn't ever feel too low percent. Like, you almost guarantee yourself getting double-digit hearts in Retro, partly because of all the take any's.
Yeah, unless your teammate finds all the take any caves.
Yeah, so there are is it 4 take any's as well as a take any sword?
I think is there more than 4? There might be more than 4.
I think it's 4 take any's where you can get either a heart container or a blue potion, and then you also have a sword take any cave, which will have one of our sword upgrades. Only 2 extra swords are placed in the world today.
Okay. All right. So all of our runners in Kakariko is pretty nice as far as there's one of our take any's. There's the sword take any. So free master sword.
Yeah, very free in the seed. And Hitsu's going to give us our first look at the Hyrule Castle area.
Did we see what was our green pendant?
I did not.
Okay.
I'll be honest, what we talked about beforehand was we're going to try to track this, and I'm realizing how much of a fool
I know.
that might be.
I know. I've already lost it. It was Thieves Town. I do want to shout out, speaking of trackers, our trackers for today. We've got Jinxie Girl and Link 40 doing all the tracking for us, and get to correct us when we're wrong, because it's gonna happen.
So of course, with this being, oh sorry,
No, go ahead. There's our Moon Pro right off the bat. That's always
yeah.
really nice to have. That makes so you don't have to do any bunny walking in the dark world.
So of course, with this being entrance, the other thing I was going to bring up is the items we want to see early. Moon Pearl is one of them. The other two I would say are high on my list of desire is mirror and glove.
Yeah, for sure. Makes South Shore routing a lot easier when you have that glove, so you're not skipping out on any entrances. Though I feel like when in co-op things can be a little bit different, as if you miss something, you're usually hoping that your partner can kind of clean that stuff up.
And wow, Moogle finding a great entrance. Can't sell this one enough. We find Arrow Game.
Yeah, I'd probably do this twice just to make sure I have enough cash, because of course you want to buy keys. So you have enough keys, and then arrows are also, we have a rupee bow, so
yeah, that is a great location in Kakariko for it. Yeah, in terms of the key numbers, I forget the exact numbers, but take all the keys that are existing in normal key or normal cross keys, like I think there's 27 or something small keys in the game that are usually found for dungeons.
Yeah.
And remove like 10 of them, I think is the number I've heard.
Okay, so yeah, you'll find keys out in the wild as you're opening stuff up, but I've yet to play a Regents where you didn't have to at least purchase a few keys. Yeah. I like to try to buy as many keys as possible early on. That way I'm never having to go back. It's not always possible, but kind of
yeah,
my
it just
goal.
becomes that balancing act, because with the rupee bow, you're kind of questioning, okay, I want to use my bow, but do I really want to use it? Like,
yeah, especially if you find silvers, which I feel like happens a lot more in Regents than it does in any other mode, just because those arrows are so expensive. So how do you separate your routing for this as you go on? Do you have a planned route, like I'm going north, you're going south, or is it based off of sort of the items and entrances that you find?
I think it's something you can't plan for. Like, I think there's an idea of like, hey, I'm going to start here and you can start there. But generally speaking, what's going to happen is very quickly it's going to devolve into, well, I found myself in Kakariko, I'm going to try to do CAC.
Yeah.
And you know, there's that adaptive nature to the communication here of saying, hey, I'm doing this. Can you go and do that?
Yeah, being able to adapt to what shows up is key to successful co-ops, specifically when you have an entrance mode like Retrance. How more likely are you to take connectors playing co-op than you would be playing solo?
So I actually had this situation come up last night in a practice where it was, you know, both of us were in like the same area, and it was like, okay, we'll divide here, and we each found a different connector in the same area. Like, we just kind of were like, okay, we'll go for it, you know.
Right.
You do yours, I'll do mine, and hopefully it doesn't become too much of a problem. One of us got a required big key, the other one got a required item, and there was no return trip for either of us.
Right. Right.
So, you know, and it becomes a question of, you know, oh, how bad was it to get there?
So Beats from the East both ended up hula-handing here. Not a lot of money early, so now they have money for a couple keys if they want to pick those up. Bombs also have been on short supplies. You see, no one has more than 2 currently on the screen.
And I don't think either or any of our runners really looked at the tree poles. Like, that's something I really prioritize early.
Do we know where Ganon is?
I haven't seen Ganon yet, but it looks like we're getting a couple of drop-down checks. It is
Laser Bridge here.
Yeah, Laser Bridge is a nice find for some early items.
The well is behind a glove. So the dam is over here at Hyrule Castle, it looks like. And I think Telethar's heading there now.
Yeah, you want that drained as soon as you can, really. Like, there's the hard part about this is deciding, when can I follow you and when should I branch out? There's got to be that return as, what was that, tier 2?
Must have been.
So really nice tier 2.
Oh, there's
There's
Ganon.
Ganon.
Yep. I almost kind of wish when I'm playing this mode, as ridiculous as it sounds, for Ganon to be at the pyramid, because it eliminates the idea or eliminates the choice of whether or not I should climb GT, which is like one of the choices in entrance that I feel like I can never make the correct call on.
Completely agree. Remove like one of the elements I hate to have to do, and that's one of them is saying,
Yeah.
do I need to climb GT?
Yeah.
There we go. I know.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like we had a save scum from Telethar. I'm not sure what it was that he
spent the rupees on the bottle merchant just for bombs and preferred to keep the money.
Yeah. I mean, like we said, the money's short so far in this race. I mean, we're only 10 minutes in, but haven't seen any 300s or hundreds even. I think there's only one 100 in the pool, but
we do also see Hitsu found Skull Woods down at the dam. Unfortunately, no fire to even deal with it yet.
Oh, I stand corrected. There was a 300 on Laser Bridge, so thank you, chat.
We're also finding Hyrule Castle. Yeah, the hard part about this mode, or one of the things that's always interesting about this, is small key logic doesn't exist, folks. We talk about pod key logic when it comes to like keys modes. Unfortunately, that just isn't a thing here.
Right.
The game expects you to have keys.
It's basically big key shuffle, right? Like,
yep.
The game imagines that all of the stuff that you need to complete a dungeon, except for the big key, is in the dungeon. So if you get to Pod, if you get to Hyrule Castle, it's all in logic. Now, there's things like Lamp that would change some like things like the dark rooms and stuff, but for Hyrule Castle, it thinks that you've got that key. All right, so Moogle gonna find Laser Bridge, and we get a shovel out of the boomerang chest in Hyrule Castle. So this is really interesting. We've got the Moon Pearl. I haven't seen any connectors to the Dark World yet. We saw two of the entrances to Desert. We haven't seen the right side. That might get us to the Dark World. I don't think we've seen much of South Shore yet either.
No, and we've got those Hyrule Castle connectors on Telethar's side, so we do have a lot of options there. Like, something's going to give us Dark World.
Yeah.
It almost seems inevitable right now.
Yep. Telethar just saving and quitting. Didn't want to set up a death warp there. Looks like Beer is in the same spot as Telethar was.
Yeah, there's one of our South Shore checks. Mini Moldorm Cave just giving us the front of Desert on the left side.
Okay, so Telethar just didn't want to take the time to death warp since it is right outside of Link's house. So he's going to check these other connectors here too.
Yeah, and I wonder if okay, so we're not going to get Dark Cross at this point. And honestly, that would be a hard way to get back out.
Yeah, I understand that. There's the old man. What a crummy spot. Meanwhile, Hitsu's going to check out Ice Rod Cave. So nothing up here. He might want to take
something redeeming about that mountain start, but no.
Yeah, I think he's going to check the back of Old Man, which is a good choice here. Oh, we see Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, that was right of Ice Rod Cave. And our third sword. By the way, that back of our Old Man start point was on DDM Bridge. So we do have, once we get that mirror, we'll have some good access on Death Mountain, especially finding access to Mimic Cave.
Okay. We see the brothers connector. I'm not sure if we've seen this yet or not. Oh no, there's VOO.
And Moogle's turning around.
That's
surprised.
Yeah, that's a bit surprising.
That's so much. And like the big one is Skull Woods. Like there's an easy, 5-6 checks. Or at least 5 items.
Teltar turning in that big key for desert for the flippers. Okay. So there are flippers. That's a nice item to have early as well. He'll be sharing that with Hitsu soon.
Yeah, that could be a little advantage for OKDUDES. Looks like Moogle's heading back into that VOO area as well as
beer. Wow.
And so neither of them, like, I imagine at least one of them's going south and not going to be able to get to the eastern Dark World.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like this. We're both in the same spot. Someone goes north, the other one goes south.
Yeah, hope you have a good person who current jumps consistently going to the north side.
Right.
And really, that's something, is that something you consider fear? Like when you're doing this, is knowing you and your partner's strengths. Like, hey, you're good at mimic clipping. Maybe you're a hoverer.
Not really. Something that I've learned from Ramon doing some practice with him is how much he wants to stay inside logic. So we tend to try to stay as close to logic as possible. So I don't know. It really depends. It feels like when you're playing this mode, a lot of times you kind of get bottlenecked into progression. That's kind of what I found. And so if you deviate too far out of logic, then sometimes you can end up missing stuff like the hook shot right there.
Fair enough.
I also have confidence. I think both of us would have confidence in, same with these two teams here, in current jumping. And they have bottles for pod as well. So if they need the potion glitch and stuff. So
for this race especially, like the early bottles are nice, but one of those things like, or hey, I maybe we have a required GT. One runner can do a hover. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean that's you always play to your strengths, right? Yeah.
At least you try to figure out what you and your partner can do and how quickly you can do them. Is someone better at low percentage fights? Like, do you send them to maybe some of the harder fights earlier? That's not always a bad idea.
Exactly. So we are getting a look at this skull, and I think this is actually a bad skull layout.
This is always the worst feeling too.
Yeah, that was a connector in the front and middle.
We found these
down, but a really bad skull, by the way.
I hate that.
Yeah, there's your drop down into the connector. So
especially when you don't have a mirror or anything. I feel like you have to just isolate it at this point and maybe come back after you do some of the other checks.
Yeah, so Beer knows this is going to be finish checks and save and quit.
Yeah. I guess it's not as bad with Retrance since he has keys. He can get out no matter where he's at. But if you go in the wrong drop down in Skullwoods and irregular cross keys or something, you could get stuck sometimes. Is this always a key? Is this always going to be a key, including in Retrance? I think
it still is.
Okay, well, I guess we'll find out.
At least every time I've run these practices so far, I think it's been a key, so yeah.
Okay, all right. Man, there's so much going on right now. It's like we just found Graveyard Ledge. I have no idea where that was. Hitsu taking advantage of some of those flipper checks that he can do now. Okay,
Yeah,
so Telethar's in the Dark World as well. Found Mario.
Yeah, that's the win condition, right? Just find Hotel Mario.
Right, yeah. When are we going to get bingo co-op going in the league?
Whoa. Now there's a weird step to think about. And I just realized, has Beer not picked up that freebie sword?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Is he still on Fighter Sword? I feel like he's got to be at least on Master Sword.
And 500 rupees for a small key. Not a great return there.
Yeah, that's my least favorite check in Veterans, just because of the cost. Moogle found his way up to Dark Death Mountain. Nice take any. He's gonna pick up his hook shot here. That is Beer from the dig game. Telethar not too far behind. So still looking for like a lot of stuff. You know, we don't have the glove, we don't have a hammer, still no boots.
Yeah, and at this point, you know, you're starting to see, okay, we've hit the dense areas, so let's start, you know, hitting the rest. Oh, yep. Hitsu just getting his pearl, so.
I think OKDUDES have done a pretty good job of really separating the map and trying to attack it.
Yeah, Hitsu really focused in on the light world checks and was kind of able to clear all of that, while Telethar has been the first one into Dark World.
Yeah. See, Beer found the Mire entrance, which was Quake, so he can open it if he wants to get back through there. Does find a take any. He picks up a potion instead. I actually like that. Again, potions are so hard to come by with money being as important as it is.
Yeah, between actually getting the money and even finding potion shops sometimes.
Yep. It gets another one. I don't think any of the runners have checked Dark Cross. I think this might be our first look at Dark Cross. Maybe Beer did it, I'm not sure.
I don't remember seeing anybody in the dark, so.
And Beer only having 70 rupees. Money a bit tighter for a couple of our runners. It looks like Hitsu and Moogle doing okay as far as cash flow goes.
Yeah, Hitsu found, I want to say, the Mire Shed chest had a 300 in there, so. And I think both of them found that one. And even with that, Hitsu was able to find quite a bit.
Okay, so either that's our third shield or... Yeah, that must have been our third shield there in Dark Cross. Because Telethar's got 2, and there's no way he'd send Hitsu into Dark Cross to get a shield, so...
You mean it's not the goal to outfluff my teammate?
It might be. I mean, it might be. You never know. All right. So Moogle into Thieves Town.
I think the one I'm most curious to see what they find right now is Telethar.
Yeah.
A lot of the other checks seem to be drawing blank right now. And those flippers seem to be growing more and more important for East Dark World.
Yeah.
Or Dark Shopping Mall.
Yep. Which I think we're going to see now. You mean Herf's shopping mall?
Oh, I'm sorry, I did not know.
Yeah, Herf coined the term for this area over here. It got co-opted into Dark Shopping Mall, but it is called Herf's Shopping Mall.
Okay.
Now you know.
Now I know.
Turtle Rock Right.
Yeah, Turtle Rock Right is a terrible entrance to have over here. As well as our Luck Fairy, so.
Yeah, I usually like that in Cross Keys, but Retrons it's basically dead. So he's probably gonna at least check Lava Chest. Oh no, he's not. He's not even checking anything in here. He's just checking the other entrance. Okay.
Maybe head back in?
Possibly. Nope.
Oh.
Not today.
Ouch. This is new information for OKDUDES.
Yeah.
So, like, they might be happy with it, but unfortunately, we did have another way up onto Floating Island, so.
So beats from the east now have access to those flippers, as Moogle's gonna pick up the big chest here. I think Beer might have picked them up as well. I'm not sure. Yeah, where do we go now?
I still think pod area.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We haven't seen that yet.
I think you hit Pyramid Ledge and go into pod. But that's with me having 4 players worth of info.
Right.
Probably a little less obvious.
Well, I mean, both teams are running out of locations. So that's one of the benefits of co-op is getting all that information very, very quickly. And all 4 of these are really good entrance players on their own too. So.
Yeah. And that, that's just the hard part about this mode is also, we don't talk about this much, but when it comes to co-op, timing is critical.
Mm-hmm.
Like it seems so, oh, this really worked out great for this team. Maybe not by design, but when you look back on a race, that can be massive. Like, I found that big key before you went into that dungeon and you picked it up.
Yep.
And then somebody else is like, well, I'm in here. And then the other person finds the key and you're like, well, I'm just going to continue clearing.
Right.
And unfortunately, that key becomes like the critical piece for the rest of the seed.
Yeah, there's going to be something unlocking the seed. Maybe it is those flippers to get over to the pod area.
Flippers into the hammer to head back to GT, maybe?
Right. I think Telethar might be heading that way north.
Yeah, we're gonna get the dark shop.
Yeah, so is Beer. It's hard to tell with Beer because he's got the palette shuffle going, so it's hard to tell whether she's in the light world or the dark world. But yeah, he's over there too.
Yes, if you're new to entrance, do not play entrance with palette shuffle.
Okay, so he's gonna check out that dark shopping mall. I imagine
he has to go this way.
Yeah.
Without that glove or hammer, no way to go the normal route.
Right. Do you think he goes into Turtle Rock?
I would go into Turtle Rock for the Death Warp right now, even.
Yeah. Oh, did Telethar take an overall death?
No, that was intentional in Skull.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Or unintentional? I don't know. He at least died.
Okay. At least it wasn't in the overworld. For some reason, I thought he was still in the overworld. So all the stuff in Turtle Rock isn't logic with that hook shot there, but Beer's gonna get locked out too.
Well,
Why do?
Beer might try to make a... Ooh, this is going to be hard, but does he try to get over... No. I thought Moogle was already up
Yeah,
here.
Moogle was up here, so he's going to try to go through
This is...
the Lynels.
Ooh, this is... please pull out your potion, Beer. I know you got 2 of them. Or... Perfect.
Hook shot. Nice. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so this is a couple of new checks here. I would have... Oh, he got it very good. And hits you over into the pod. There's Eastern, everyone's favorite.
Yeah. The greatest discussion in all of Cross Keys. Eastern, skipper, or not.
I think, especially in co-op, you can't skip it.
Yeah. This
Especially
is
with
a completely
late.
different discussion.
Yeah.
By the way, our bomb, we found it, and it's Turtle Rock and Ice Palace for our 5-6 crystals.
Oh, okay. That was right outside of... Oh, there's the boots.
Ooh, okay.
What would the Eastern skippers say about that one? I wish Shady or Zelga or Dr. Marty were here.
I mean, clearly they would just tell us that all you really had to do was you put out a bow and a big key already.
Right. Yeah. All right, so Moogle gonna make his way up there ASAP. There's a lamp as well. Nothing on the pyramid for Hitsu. I'm not sure what it was, but he didn't go for it, so must be trash. And if you're Beer, you're telling Moogle, all right, get your butt to Eastern. we got stuff here.
There's only so long, like, if we had a ton of checks and like Moogle's like, I can hit all these entrances and give us more info, I might see avoiding Eastern a little bit. But at this point, the boots are looking critical.
Yep. All right, only 2 more entrances left in the pod area at least.
And I don't think we've seen a single one that's really valuable.
Yeah.
So I was wrong.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I agreed with both of the runners jumping down and checking the twins over on Dark Death Mountain as opposed to going to the Spike Cave area, because you think I'll find my way up there when I get to the mountain anyways. So, not today though. All right, so nothing left in the back. We got the boots and the lamp, and we're off. And it looks like Moogle's heading there as well. We'll see if he decides to dip Turtle Rock. I'm guessing with the boots location, the answer is no, but you never know.
I don't know. There's our pod big key as well. But I don't know. I kind of like the idea of at least trying to get these checks. He's got Tempered Sword, so even the pokey's not a problem.
Yeah. I guess Moogle's not interested, though. He's got to be really. I guess he's gonna pop a potion, right? Like, he's got to get through those Lynels.
Yeah, I keep thinking, okay, somebody's gonna be really careful about this, and then, we saw Beer just say, "No, I got it."
Please, Moogle, pop your potion, dude. This is such a long trip. Okay. We got it. Good for him. I'm glad he was able to make it. That's super scary.
And really, Moogle can just get the boots and the lamp and be out of here. I didn't think we saw anything from the other 2 chests, so easy to wait. And Beer's going to save a bunch of time with all these checks of the pod area.
Yep. Now we got boots. Feels like it's appropriate to kick the beats up a little bit with this. I think this is Mega Man, right? Yeah, it's Mega Man. Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely a Mega Man mix.
Yeah. All right, so Moogle picking up his pod big as well. And I guess it's boots checks.
I think he's going to have to. I mean, Beer's going to continue on the pod area, so why not? Although, apparently not.
I mean, the boots are definitely nice, but it doesn't look like they've really unlocked anything yet. You see what Beer's having to do?
That poor Beer.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
Great that your stun prize is money, but one
single
at a time is brutal.
Yeah, that's rough. And just hearts in here.
I love the fact that Beer's like, what are those pots? Who opens those pots? Whoever those.
Oh man! All right, so Hitsu actually on his way to Eastern, so this is good for the OK dudes. Going to get their boots shortly, and Hitsu, no pride there, just using the potion.
Good news, Beer just got his money.
Yeah. 1 rupee at a time. That's such a feel bad. At least it's a rupee from the stun prize, but man.
And here we go. We got a boots check. Dark Link's house, Bonk Rocks, is Zora Waterfall and nothing.
Nothing. All right, so Hitsu getting that information, and Telethar already making the trip over is going to be doing that as well. So where do we go from here, Jesse?
Who's gonna hit Bonk Rocks?
Yeah, I guess that's it, right?
I'm trying to think of what else there is. That or Lava Island or Chops.
Right.
This is why you remember that TR is terrible in this mode.
Yeah, everyone has been skipping TR, but it looks like Telethar is now choosing to do it. It feels like this has got to be the play to make because there's not a lot left, and you don't want to come back through here again on your way to get the boots. And beats from the east. So it looked like trying to get some information from Beer before deciding what to do next. Did find Mini Moldorm Cave. Where was this?
This was Bonk Rocks.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Money. And I mean, Beer loves the money at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
Yep. The bow. Have we seen Pod? We haven't seen Pod yet, right?
No. I'm trying to think what that actually opens up. Like, it feels big to me.
Mm-hmm.
Without the Eastern Big, we don't have an option.
Yeah,
there.
It doesn't do much. Do we have the GT Big? No.
No. I thought the same thing. I was like, is this GT calling?
All right. Chain Chomps, what do you got? The mirror! Oh my gosh. Everyone's skipping out on Turtle Rock this entire time. It's just the mirror sitting there. That's really bad for beats from the east, to be honest.
Luckily, I feel like they're running out of checks, but yeah, that's rough.
I'm surprised no one checked TR, and this isn't like, oh, I told you sort of thing, but really surprised you don't do those 2 checks before heading over here. Like, I don't know, it was just a little strange to me that both teams did it. Maybe I'm the wrong one.
No, I think the surprise one here is especially Moogle.
Yeah.
Like, not to play like this isn't a blame game kind of thing, but like Moogle having Tempered Sword tells me like, hey buddy, like I've got that. Maybe I should be the one to kill the Pokey.
Yep. So this is gonna unlock all of Death Mountain over here for the OK dudes. Moogle gonna use that lamp to finish off Moth here.
Love this part of Skull Woods, or this way of doing Skull Woods.
Yeah. And we do have Paradox Cave on Telethar's side. There's a lot of checks. Oh no. Moogle taking the death there.
It looks like Beer's heading back another time to this TR entrance, but he might be the first one to mirror.
Yep. I think Moogle should just kill the Gibdos here. Yeah, that looks like what he's doing now. Cane of Burna, really the only thing of, I guess, any sort of value, if you want to call it that, here in Paradox.
Yeah, that's pretty mild.
So what happened to Beer? He doesn't have. He didn't get the mirror?
No, apparently not.
Moogle having a bit of trouble here in the back of Skullwoods, unfortunately. And
I think he's got some potions, so hopefully.
Okay. I think he should be all right now. You know, Tempered Sword, Moth is pretty easy. Never mind.
Here. I'm kind of curious what happened with that dash just a second too early.
Yeah, I think it was too low. Oh, man. That's rough.
Yeah.
I think you just got to call it from there.
Yep.
Yeah. Beer about to get the mirror, so that'll be good information for them. Moogle's got to regroup, right? Like, you can't let it...
Yep.
You can't let it to bring you down.
That's the hardest part, you know. This is Invitational League, and like, you know who you're playing every week, and you just got to be ready.
Yep.
Oh, Beer getting hit by that skull. Those floating skulls are really dangerous.
Yeah. Beats from the East is just sometimes the game's just tough, man. The game can be tough. I'm surprised Telethar is not rushing those boots. Does find Misery Mire there, though.
We do have Hera over on OKDUDES side, and they're going to go for this dungeon. Or at least Hitsu is right now. Imagine Telethar will after getting boots as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the flute is on top of the island there. Or Spectacle Rock.
TR Big Key inside of the chest there in the lobby.
He's doing the basement right away.
I don't think there's a way to skip it, really.
Yeah, that's true. So I think that mirrors last location for Beats from the East. Because Moogle is already heading there without even knowing what it is. It tells me that they had no other real options.
Yeah. I will say the bow they have is a nice little bonus right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Was there something on Lava Island?
I don't remember there being anything there.
Is this just for the key, maybe?
Oh, the mushroom. There is something there. Okay.
Okay.
I missed the hair basement. So where's Beer going?
I am not sure right now, and I don't know if he is either. Like, I think given your knowledge of all the options with Death Mountain, like, yeah, like, Moogle's obviously going straight for the rest of the mountain.
Yeah.
But...
Oh, man, Beer forgetting that he doesn't have the glove.
Oh, Beer's going for VOO.
Okay, okay, this makes sense.
Yep. And we have a pendant, Hera.
Of course we do.
We got a dungeon, we just couldn't... It's not what we want.
Of course. Alright, so Telethar going to rescue the old man here. We know that that's on top of the castle.
Oh, Beer turned into mushroom.
Oh, okay, okay. It was those flippers. The flippers unlocked the mirror. The mirror unlocked the rest of the seed. We thought it was going to be the boots, but nope.
I mean, just wait. We're gonna get the GT big and the climbs required next, as we find Aga Tower.
All right, can do both checks here.
Yeah, we know we don't need to actually kill Aga this time. Lumberjack Ledge was vanilla and nothing was on it.
Mm. Saw a hype cave from someone, but I don't think there's anything in it. Ether. Again, shout outs to our trackers today, Link40 and Jinx the Girl for doing all the tracking. So hard to miss or to keep track of everything, and
yeah,
they've done such an awesome job of keeping us informed. So shout outs to our trackers today.
Especially given the fact that, you know, when we talk about like the Cross Keys tournament, even usually a tracker is responsible for one runner. Right now, both of our trackers are responsible
right.
for two. Like,
yep.
Whew.
All right, so Hitsu into Misery Mire. Moogle doing all of the mountain stuff. Meanwhile, Beer's doing the other mirror checks in the main dark world.
I like the divide, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're just trying to get as much information as soon as possible, so... Which both teams, I think, are doing a really good job of.
Yep.
Okay, there's the top of Bumper Cave. I think that might have been Paradox. Oh, there's Swamp Palace. Ugh, what a terrible spot for Swamp. I guess it's not that bad now that they've got the flute. And still no hammer, so you can only do the first two checks. Dude, where's our hammer?
It's not in Swamp, at least. You know that much. Clearly, we're going to have to probably go back to right TR for the big chest or something. Like, this is really just being very breadcrumby right now.
Yeah, we're missing so many big items. Glove, fire rod, hammer, Samaria. All those things unlock certain parts of the game. And we have got none of those.
Yeah, and I haven't really seen anything out of this mire yet either.
Mm-hmm. Telethar about to get his bow here, so that'll be good for the OK dudes.
Hopefully Beer does remember that entrance is in logic, even without the glove in this mode.
Hmm.
This is always one of those weird ones, just like the front of Desert is, but he does remember. There you go. There's your way into Desert North. And it's
Vanilla. All right. Okay, game. Okay, dude.
And it's a clearable dungeon at this point. Like, we've got the tools.
For sure. All right. So, Moogle going to go back for Hera Basement now. Hitsu going to pick up his flute. Hitsu, having his partner already done Hype Caves, knows he just needs to get ether from the gangster there. This is going to be our last pendant, you think, here coming out of Desert?
I mean, I'm just going to play odds and say it's not, but that feels like such a cop-out of an answer. Like, numbers are in my favor.
Not a good layout or loadout to kill Landmo with here too.
Yeah, unfortunately, not getting that tempered sword makes this fight a lot harder. And like, with how poor Beer's been this whole seed, like, there's especially no reason for him to pull out that.
Mm-hmm. So gets a piece of heart and the pendant. Oh man, there it is. There's our 3 pendants. I gave you the out, dude. I gave you the out.
You did. How'd you know?
All right, so we need the Eastern Big. We do not have that. We need the hammer. We need both rods. Samaria. We saw the Turtle Rock Big. We need the Meyer Big. And I guess that's it. So glove, both rods, hammer, Samaria.
You know, I said TR big chest, but Crystal Roller as well is opened up.
Right. Yeah, for sure. We get simultaneous birds from the OKDUDES.
It's kind of hilarious. Beats from the East is a tale of 2 rupee groups.
Really?
Over 200 rupees to Beer's 80.
Wow. Trying to think what do we have next? It'd be funny if they do have to go back to Turtle Rock to do Crystal Roller Room.
I mean, I'm starting to rack my brain of like what's left. Like, Beer did a good job of showing us all the other mirror checks around the world. And like, I think both teams skipped. Did either team drop onto top of Spiral Cave? Like, I think both teams went with the middle drop down.
Oh, okay.
So I think that might be an option. But honestly, I don't know who decides to go back for that. Oh, and we do have the bridge. Yeah, Incoherence, right? We have DDM bridge.
That was really early. Wasn't that pretty early?
Back of Old Man Start is DDM bridge. So that does give us Mimic Cave and top of Spiral. But we might get the return TR trip here from Telethar. And really, that flute, especially with how poor our access is to the rest of the world right now, that is a massive advantage to OKDUDES.
Yep. Moogle did get it. So
True.
I imagine beer will get it sooner rather than later. But I think getting back there is not quick. I don't think we have any quick access to the mountain without going through Turtle Rock, which Telethar is in right now. And he's going to answer that question for us. What does Crystal Roller have?
Yeah, unfortunately, big chest with just a big 20.
Come on, Samaria. Nope.
What does Samari even give us?
I mean, we could have gone through.
Hotel room?
Oh, we've already seen Laser Bridge. Yeah. Tower room. Yeah, tower room. I forgot that we saw Laser Bridge pretty early. So we saw ice. We don't have much access. We have no access.
Fire, actually,
yeah.
So.
All right, Telethar picking up his tempered sword now. It looks like Beer is going to head back up to the mountain and get that flute. And more money for Moogle, by the way. He just got another 300. Oh, that's rough.
I mean, at least Beer has 5 small keys. Like,
yeah, that's true.
He's not key poor. And the other thing I will point out, Hitsu still hasn't bought the quiver.
Oh, sure, right. We found the bridge though. Here we are at the bridge, and gonna mirror into Mimic Cave. What does that have for us? Nothing. We also have the Light World Laser Bridge entrance too. I think they could drop down to. I don't think we've seen that.
I think that set of drop downs was done.
Oh, okay.
And Telethar came through.
Oh, okay.
Hey, spec.
Yeah. An item and a connector. I don't know if we've seen the bottom yet. Well, it's
oh boy. Big key to
Eastern. Back to Eastern. That's 2 more checks and a crystal. So it looks like. Does he want to go check that?
The drop down. And honestly, at this point, I think we've found all of our important connectors.
Okay.
So I don't disagree with the idea of ensuring your way back.
Well, he's got. Isn't Eastern?
That's the thing. Eastern's just a flute away.
That's what I was thinking. That's what's surprising. Is I guess maybe they've seen the spec rock bottom and we just don't remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure then. And right now, though, Hitsu is going to give us another moth fight.
Man, this seed is really stingy.
Yeah, Hey, Fear, you know, the Eastern skippers might have been right on this one. You might have been able to do a single dip of Eastern.
Yeah, that would have been really tough, though.
Yeah, those boots were way too valuable.
Yeah. All right, so moth down for Hitsu, and gets $20 out of it, and we do know that it's crystal.
Yeah, that's the first crystal of the race. And it's not the Eastern big chest, so Armos.
Oh,
good point.
Chat correcting. Right. Yep.
Good. Thank you.
Take that.
I like being wrong there.
So Moogle going to get his big key here now too. So this is still a really close race with how you know, minimal things are opened. Each, you know, you get one item and it opens up this. You get another item and it opens up this. So
yeah, really the advantage here is, you know, Hitsu getting the kill on the moth.
Yep.
And then Telethar being the furthest one ahead in the chain.
Oh, there's Ice Palace access.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so Moogle doing the same thing, not taking the drop down, which tells me that they've seen where the connector goes to already.
Yeah, I think chat pointed out that it might have been Floating Island.
Okay.
And I'd guess that all of our runners saw that item and know it's nothing.
Okay. So we've accessed Ice Palace now, but we have no hammer and no glove and no Samaria. So have fun.
Yeah. Would you hammer me up? Or sorry, not hammer me up. Ice Palace bomb jump.
I would. I think I always do, just in case you get, you know, the two items are happen to be here. You'd hate to have to go back out.
Yeah.
Okay, so Moogle into Eastern Palace can get his Bombos as well, and Telethar giving us some new information with his trip into Ice Palace.
I guess the question is, which key item are we getting here, or is it going to be a big key with our next piece of the puzzle?
I think we get the hammer next. I think that unlocks GT, or at least the left side of GT, all the way to Ice Armos. We still haven't seen Pod. Have we seen all the other dungeons? I think we have, right? We've seen Eastern, obviously. Yes. We saw the Back of Desert. We saw Hera.
Yep.
We saw Swamp as the top of Light World Bumper Ledge.
Yeah, we did see everything else, including Aga Tower.
Yep. We've seen GT, so... It looks like Hitsu's on his way to get the Eastern Big as well. And no bomb jump from Telethar. So that tells me he's not planning on opening both hammer and glove here.
I mean, I don't blame him. Like, I see how low the odds are of both items.
Yep. Makes perfect sense.
If you got hammer as like the first check, probably I'd be right back in it.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm bomb jumping.
Mm-hmm.
E for a key on the right side there.
So we have no big key, so we've got 2 more checks to do.
Yes, we've got Freezor and Ice Tea.
We have 1 more check to do. And of course, it's Ice Tea, the worst of all of them.
Know that, you know, it was the right choice for Telethar not to do the bomb jump.
What's it going to be?
Big key to GT. Oh, the glove.
All right. That actually opens up quite a bit.
Yeah, that's a lot of entrances, and I think we're going to find Pod.
That makes sense. What a dumb seed, right?
Just a little bit.
You got to get the mirror out of Turtle Rock, the big key from the TR bridge, with the mirror, boots in Eastern. Then you got to get Eastern Palace big to get the Bombos, to get the ice, to get a glove. I mean, we're still missing so much.
That's the scary part about this mode. I mean, you think about, okay, it's retro, or it's retrance, and it's co-op. Like, I'm thinking I'm going to be able to put up, you know, hour and a half, hour 40. You know, I should be cutting massive time off my normal entrance rando. And right now you're like, I'm at an hour and I have nothing.
Yep.
I was about to say, I was like, Moogle's in Swamp. Okay, Moogle just forgot that no hammer. That makes more sense. Oh, but Telethar got the hammer.
Oh, was that in
I think that was in Cackwell.
Nice. All right, so now he's into GT. This opens a lot. So now we've started the game, and now we're 4 minutes in.
Yeah.
Now we can go.
I think the other reasonable option here would have been to go clear Swamp Palace, but I don't hate this either. Like, I think either play was good.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of items here in GT.
It's just unfortunate, like, you're missing a big key for either one you decide to do, and unfortunately GT Big Chest and Swamp Big Chest are not exactly appetizing in this scene.
Yeah.
Swamp Palace being on Light Bumper Ledge is a trek
Yeah.
half, and GT at least is a little more reasonable at Ice Palace, or sorry, Ice Rod Cave right, but it's still a long way to get back to.
At this point, though, the OKDUDES have a pretty decent lead. You know, beats from the East aren't too far behind, but they are behind and need something to like make up the time. And I'm not sure exactly what that is. Maybe skip out on GT if it has nothing, but that's going to be a tough call in co-op. Skullwood's big. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, dude.
Yeah, the big, like, the difference to pay attention to the most here is kind of where comparing Beer and Hitsu. Like, Hitsu has Bombos, knows where Glove is. Beer, I think, just now heading back to Eastern, so, like, you're seeing that difference kind of grow.
Yeah. So far, GT being pretty empty, unless that Skullwood's big key is something, or we find something behind Ice Armos here. But it's too hard to pass up when it's that many items.
Yeah. No, I don't see a reason or an ability to skip this one at all.
Well, there's our mitts and Samaria. Wow.
Ooh.
Okay. It does unlock. Yeah.
Like,
Yep. We have access to pod wherever it is now. Big key to. Okay.
I got really scared. I was like, "Oh, please don't be GT big. Like, that's gonna feel terrible."
All right, so Moogle gonna get his hammer here now. I think Telethar was thinking about doing tile room there. It was probably asking, so what do you think? Do I do tile room here?
Honestly, I wouldn't say it's unreasonable.
There's so much open.
Goes back, I feel like he has to.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Telethar might just find pod and find like go mode, right? Like we're 2 rods away. We need the Meyer big. So I think that's it, right? Meyer big in both rods.
Yeah. You get those, we're solid.
All right, so now into swamp for Telethar here. All right, you see Beer not really wanting to fire off all his arrows because he does only have $200, whereas his teammate has 1,400. Hitsu about to pick up his glove.
Yeah, Moogle's in the GT about to find his treasure trove, so...
So Beer's got to go all the way to Ice Palace, Ice Tea to get his glove still, and then get his hammer. So it's going to be a minute.
Yeah, at least Ice Palace is convenient to that hammer location, honestly.
Yeah. Left side swamp here.
I don't see a way to skip it at 4 away. Like, realistically, between pod and the back of swamp, you've got enough items. But 4 away, like, I don't know if I could skip. And I guess the hard part is that Telethar's the one forging the new ground, but is at a crystal deficit to Hitsu.
Right.
Like, Hitsu's very much benefited from being the second one into every dungeon and has been the one clearing dungeons. So, like, while Hera and Desert aren't required, like, that's just more stuff they have done.
There's a compass to remind you that you skipped left side swamp. Blue mill upgrade, not bad.
Yeah, the big thing to remember for anybody who's joined us a little bit late or doesn't know too much about the co-op setting, the way this works is it's not about who finishes first. This is based on average time. So, you really want to pay attention to where your teammate is and hoping that they don't get too far behind.
No rods to help make this fight go faster or silvers, so just gonna do some spins. Not a big deal.
That was another nothing for Swamp Palace.
Yeah, did skip those left two spots, but does have pod available somewhere with all of the medallions and the mitts and the flute and access to everything. It's out there somewhere. Yeah. All right, Beer getting his glove as Moogle Charm is about to get his mitts in Samaria. So we'll see Beer do the same thing. And at this point, the OKDUDES are up a Swamp Palace.
We are going to get Talrim.
Yeah. Telethar are going to finish off Ice Palace down here.
There is one item we could still need for pod.
Which is what?
Fire Rod.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we still got that chance that pod is at the back of Skull.
Well, we know by the rule of fire that Fire Rod has to be here. Just,
of course.
I kid, but... And it looks like Hitsu's going to do Tower Room as well. So OKDUDE's not going to leave anything behind, which means I think Hitsu might do left side swamp when he goes there.
Yeah, I feel like he almost has to just kind of pick up the missing pieces a little bit, just in case.
Yeah. I don't know if we've seen this check. Here's a Mimic Cave, just a heart container. Hitsu could continue on. You know, you're still looking for the Mire Big, still looking for the Ice Rod.
That is valuable info to, you know, figure out, hey, can my fire rod be behind something? Obviously not the ice rod, but you know, could it be behind Mire? Could it be behind something else? So yeah, nobody going up compass.
Why did Telethar mirror? Did he forget to hit the switch? I think that might have been it.
I don't know. That was a very sudden change.
That could be the only thing that I think of is he forgot to hit the switch and doesn't have the big key. There's the fire rod. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm gonna be curious to ask Telethar what happened with that. Like, I didn't notice the switch hit or not, so that's the only thing that really does seem obvious. But I mean, I do like the play at this point from OKDUDES saying, let's find these entrances. Where is Pod? There is Pod.
Winner, winner. Yep. So I think beats from the east really need the Ice Rod or the Mire Big to be over here.
Yeah, they need... I would even say it's more about some kind of cross-key shenanigans. Like one of those bad item placements.
All right, lots of stuff here.
And going straight for Helma.
Yeah, both of them are in here, so kind of split up the checks, I guess. Hitsu only with 2 keys, though. How many keys does
Telethar has 8, I think. I'm kind of shocked that they didn't go reverse rolls here.
Yeah, yeah.
Although, here's the funny part. If you need keys right now, you can easily mirror right here outside of Pot and be at a shop with keys.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah, so... Although, Hitsu's money's not great either. Hitsu down to just about 200 rupees at this point, so...
Oh, there's a big key to GT. Oh, no.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's good or bad. That might just be more checks for them. Okay.
And then the question is, if you're beer, are you getting that big key?
I don't know. That's a tough one. I think you... I don't know. Do you? I don't know.
Oh, it's gross, because, like...
Yeah.
There's not a lot, like... I don't want to go to GT Big Chest. I don't want to do the climb.
Yep. All right, so there is helmet down for Telethar.
You're also getting the book that Hitsu already had off of that Ice Palace entrance.
Okay.
Ganon is...
At the Saint, or at Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, but what is actually Pyramid Drop, I guess?
Oh, right. Have we seen
We've seen the Well, we've seen Uncle, we've seen Ganon, we've seen the Lumberjack.
Maybe...
It's Bat or Useless Fairy, I think.
Yeah.
and I'm forgetting which. Link Force is saying it's magic bat, so until we get powder, not a huge deal.
Yeah. So did either of them check the bow side? No?
Not yet.
Hitsu's out. He's gone.
And unfortunately, Hitsu's kind of in a bad key situation for that.
Yeah.
So I understand why Teletar's doing this and why Hitsu's going to hit up the Smith chain instead.
So just looking for that Meyerbeig and the ice rod. So Beer into Ice Palace, gonna be able to finish this up. They still need the fire rod from Hookshot Cave as Moogle finishes up Swamp Palace.
Realistically, I think Moogle probably ends up in Village of Outcasts soon, and will get the Hookshot Cave entrance and pod kind of back to back.
Oh, Meyerbeig, he was on the Smiths. Okay, so we're Ice Rod Go mode, just as Rando intended.
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't love an ice rod hunt?
Right.
We had so much fun with that last week in Casual Boots. We decided to extend it into co-op reference.
All right, so not in the back of pod. There's 2 more checks on the bow side. Moogle's about to get his fire rod. There we go. We do have the access to the right side to Compass Room now in GT as well with that fire rod. Oh man, it looks like we see a mirror from Beer. It looks like he did the exact same thing. Forgot to hit the switch. Wow.
That is the hardest part about this mode sometimes. You know, it's not even just the fact that, like, you're playing... We don't see these mistakes typically out of our runners at Get Invitational. It's that combination. It's that extra element of having to, you know, do the communication and think about all this other stuff.
Yep.
That it's just like, you know, you're in a voice call with your friend and you're like, hey, how's it going with this or that or the other thing? And you just forget.
Yep. All right, Bowlock side of pod does not have the ice rod today.
Meanwhile, Hitsu heading towards Vidi. Big chest was not the answer either, so...
You know, that's another nice thing about this co-operation thing is the seeds aren't super long. Even with as stingy as the seed was with the item placement, we're still only at 122, you know?
Yeah. And really, we are fastly approaching go mode.
Yep. Now, if you're rooting for beats from the east, you really want to see the ice rod at the top of GT.
That or the big chest.
Yeah, that's the best case scenario here.
And honestly, the big chest might even be the best case scenario because here goes Telethar back to GT for right side. And with, like, that big chest is a full-on orphan check now.
Yeah. Like, if it's on the path, like if it's here at Cold Stare, don't know if that's good for beats or not. They still have to turn in the Smith. You know, we do have a purple chest as an option as well. We do have the book checks, which looks like Hitsu's going to be doing right now. Lots of odds and ends for this ice rod. Is it Cold Stare? It is not. Is it Ether Tablet? It is not.
Here we go with Compass Room. We get a small key, a heart container, bombs, and a compass. So no, not right side of GT either.
Not an ice rod.
As we approach the hour 24 mark in the seed, just want to say this is week 4 of the Link to the Past Randomizer League. For week 4, we are playing co-op veterans. So we've got 2 runners per team. They're playing the same seed. They're in a voice call with each other, and they're playing veterans. So that is a retro style with a cross-world entrance rando. Big keys are shuffled. Small keys are universal. We have a rupee bow and some other fun retro elements.
Yeah, we're just looking for the ice rod on the OK Dude side. Beats from the East still needs to do the Smiths to get the Meyer Big. There's the Ice Palace Big, which could be good for the OK Dudes since neither one of them has done Ice Palace yet, or at least completed Ice Palace.
Yeah, that just becomes a dungeon for Hitsu to go back to, for sure.
Here's a couple more checks. We have not seen the front of Turtle Rock.
Yeah, first time we've had the cane for this. And it looks like we're... Telethar... Is this Telethar and Hitsu's first trip to Skull?
I don't. It's been so long that I don't know. I'm not sure.
The drop down Telethar took, so...
Yeah. Don't know. We haven't seen the big chest here, right?
No.
Not an ice rod.
And neither is right side TR.
Yeah.
Ooh. You're kind of sweating for both teams at this point, and
Right.
we just had a shop at the back of Skull Woods.
Good times.
And unfortunately, Telethar, no book to even find out if this
Right.
is a pet seed.
You know, here's something is I think Beats from the East is doing a better job of clearing dungeons, because if you look at Telethar, he's only got 3 crystals or 3 dungeons cleared. Yeah. I feel like he needs to start working on those dungeons, because all that Hitsu has left is Swamp and TR.
Well, and I think, okay, so Telethar doing Skull now. I think Telethar has to go after Ice after this. You know. Oh, wait. No, maybe Telethar goes and gets Ice Big? I don't know. That's rough.
Yeah. Is Hitsu going to do left side? He's got to, right?
You're cleaning up. I think you have to. And here's Moogle back into GT.
So he's going to be able to do the right side. He could take that all the way to the big chest since they do have the big key.
The only problem is, am I reading that right? Is Moogle down to 1 small key right now?
It looks like it, yeah. So climb's not really an option then. I guess. Man, what's at the pyramid? There's an item at the pyramid, right?
It's Magic Bat.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you could still get all 4 items, right?
Yeah.
No, because wait.
Oh, yeah. And Trinex is pointing out we do have a small key in Compass Room, so we should have. Yep, there's our small key. So even if Moogle continues on to the big chest, he'll still have at least keys necessary to get all the way to Mulhorn 2.
So Beer about to get the Meyer big.
And Moogle's continuing on to the big chest.
I think he finished Pod while he was there, so we'll have that on the tracker soon. Where are you, Ice Rod? If you're a Moogle, are you climbing?
I think you kind of have to at this point. Like, you're giving Beer a set of checks, and like Beer's probably gonna do Meyer next. But okay, he's not. But yeah, Hitsu did get that GT big key out of Swamp Palace.
All right, so some of the locations that we haven't seen. We haven't seen Purple Chest. Have we seen Catfish? Is this our first look at the Catfish?
I feel like it is. With how late the glove was, like glove giving us hammer pretty much sent our runners into dungeon mode.
Could be here.
Moogle's just so flush with cash. Just like, yeah, give me everything.
Yeah. No, not something that often happens in restaurants, but so we don't have the Thieves Town big, so that's not possible. As far as currently,
I'm trying to think what we haven't seen at this point. I think we really are down to possibly the climb.
The climb, we haven't seen the Ice Palace big.
Yeah, Ice Palace big chest is also a possibility. But we really have been clearing out the other dungeons pretty well.
It's like both members of Beats from the East going to be heading into Meyer now. I mean, Ped is an option as always, but we don't have the big keys for it. We're still missing, logically, the Hera big and the Thieves Town big.
Yeah, that kind of shies me away from wanting to even consider it.
Right.
We've got Bombo's Tablet, which realistically, Hitsu or Beer should probably pair with Purple Chest. And this color palette in Meyer is making me think Eastern Palace.
Yeah. Is Hitsu going for the climb?
This might be... Did Telethar do right side? Yeah, this is
did.
For Hitsu.
Yep. Okay, here we go.
And this is Ice Palace big key for Telethar, so Telethar is going to head to Ice right after this. So kind of the loose ends are going to start getting cleaned up on both of the OKDUDES.
He did pick up the Ice Palace big, right?
Hitsu?
No. Did Hitsu check the Ice Palace big? He did it after he did Ice Palace, right?
I think he got it after doing Ice Palace, yeah. Those eyes are bullying Moogle.
Yeah, Moogle's had a little bit of trouble with some of the boss fights today. In the clear now, though. I don't think. Wait, well, he's hitting the switch now. I don't remember seeing Telethar pick up the Ice Palace big.
No, he definitely did TR right before. The TR entrance had King's Tomb for Ice Palace Big. I do recall
Oh,
doing
okay.
that right before this.
Okay. Is Beer going to go get the GT big?
I mean, at this point, you're running out of options, right? Like, I don't know if you can skip it realistically.
All right, so Hitsu almost to the top.
And is it the big chest of Ice Palace? Nope.
Wow. All right, Moogle gets his revenge on Moth and takes him out now, and Hitsu almost to the top here.
Yep, and it's going to be just about the perfect timing for Telethar, because Telethar is going to be looking to know, do I need that GT big I skipped?
Yeah, I got to go all the way back to Swamp Palace because Beer skipped it, right? Did Beer skip left side?
He did.
Oh man, where is this key, or where is this ice rod?
I mean, I can give the normal answer. It can be anywhere but Trinex.
Purple chest.
I mean, I Purple Chest and Bombos, there's our big key to
Oh
keys.
no! Oh no! Oh no! As not what you wanted to see if you're Hitsu.
So the way co-op works is both runners from a team are in a voice call with each other. They can't watch what their teammates doing, but they're sharing information about, you know, where the entrances are, what's at those entrances, the item placement, stuff like that. Oh, we're getting Spike Cave.
Okay. Another check I hate in entrance mode for sure. Basically in any mode I hate Spike Cave. Not the answer. All right, so if OKDUDES get sidetracked by Thieves Town and it's not Thieves Town and maybe just Purple Chest, they can save themselves some time.
Oh, the pyramid was actually the thief drop.
Oh, okay, okay. But it looks like we're gonna get a Purple Chest turn in from OKDUDES first.
Red mail, okay.
Bombos tablet? Have we seen Bombos tablet?
No, we have not yet. And, you know, just to give kind of an idea, like, I think at this point we can say Hitsu's a little bit ahead of everybody else.
Yeah. I mean, he's literally just looking for the ice rod at this point.
He's forging the trail for Telethar, so Telethar's kind of like, okay, I need to start hitting the rest. The one negative for Telethar really is probably going to have to go back for GT Big, but honestly, it balances with Fear also having to do the same.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, here's Thieves Town from Hitsu.
Remember how I talked about Ganon being at the top of GT, so it negates the idea of whether you have to climb or not. This is the kind of the exact situation because it feels like Ice Rod is gonna be here, right?
Yep.
And Moogle had the opportunity to do GT a lot earlier, but didn't. Rightfully so. He had a lot open. But if it was Ganon at the pyramid, he wouldn't have to worry about making that choice. But I think OKDUDES know at this point it has to be there because they've done everything else. And it's not in the attic. This beer's about to get the Ice Palace big, right?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, whether this is Ice Rod or Green Pendant for Ice Rod, like, it's here.
Mm-hmm.
Or Hera Big to say that Pej lodges.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
it's something here is the answer.
So the climb, left side swamp, to get the Thieves Town big, to do the, to do Thieves Town. So the GT climb to get the Thieves Town big. Also left side swamp to get the GT big. Just nasty, all of it. There it is.
There it is. And at about 1:40:15, Hitsuyan 1337 is in go mode.
Okay, dude. Oh, wow, what a convenient spot for the back of TR as well.
Yeah, and really, there's just such a gap right now, even between, like, Hitsu is that much further ahead than I think everybody else right now.
So we go by average, but
But, like, how much of an edge does, like, if it looks like Moogle's probably our second runner right now,
mm-hmm.
like, how much of an edge would we say Hitsu has in time? Like, I'd say there's minutes.
The problem is the way it looks like to be finishing is Hitsu, Moogle, Telethar, Beer. And in that case, it's just it's the OKDUDES. So Beer would have to make up a bunch of time, which he has to go back to Swamp Palace to get the GT big now. And Swamp is not in a convenient location. He's pretty far behind. So this really is the OKDUDES at this point.
Oh, look, there's Hera Big.
There we go. Go get the pedestal.
Yeah, this looks like Beer's going to check out Bombo's tablet. Oh, had Hitsu not beaten Ice Palace? I just realized Hitsu's back in Ice.
Oh, wow. I thought he had done it. We did have some mix-ups, though.
Yeah, we've had some little... you hit something and then something else lit up on the trackers today, so
yeah,
it happens.
And you know what? Telethar knows that he doesn't need to kill Aga too, so there's a little bit of time save over Moogle here. Telethar picking up his Thief Town Big now. So he still has to finish Meyer and Turtle Rock and still get the ice rod out of TR. This seed is really rude.
Yeah, this is not great. And then beer is... I'm not sure what beer's after right now.
I mean, they still don't know about the ice rod, so they're still looking for that ice rod.
Yeah. But Hitsu has 7 crystals and is heading for Ganon. Also has Butter Sword.
Right. Yeah, we never saw silvers.
Trying to think what we have left at this point for where they could be. Because, honestly, like, what did we skip?
Yeah, nothing.
Oh, we found silvers. Telethar found them.
Oh, he does? Oh, okay.
They were at Checkerboard Cave. Oh, Beer has them as well.
Totally missed that.
Yep. Yes, silver arrows are very expensive at 50 rupees a pop. So...
Yeah, Hitsu wouldn't even be able to use them. All right, there's the GT Big for homemade beer. Hits you on the face for just swinging away.
Yeah, unfortunately low on magic, so having to swap over to the lamp. And there is an exploding Ganon for Hitsu as Telethar is into the Trinex fight. So get your GGs in chat for Hitsu. And Hitsuyan 1337 is finished in first with a 147.45 GG. Still waiting for a, this of course is still based on averages to decide all that info or decide winner.
I love this mode. I think this mode's great.
Yes, I agree. Okay, so Telethar done with TR, and I love that little knowledge thought there. I'm guessing it was planned knowing, hey, TR main's going to throw me pretty close to Meyer, so I can easily just go back for Meyer now.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Moogle is out of keys right now.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. And really, it looks like Telethar and Moogle are roughly about at the same pace here. They might be on their boss at the same time.
I think Moogle might be, well, a little bit ahead.
Potentially, Silver's advantage, depending on how much... Oh, Telethar also going for Spooky. Yeah, I mean, Telethar's got 13 silver arrows.
Yeah, he's fine. So he'll save time. Yeah, so Moogle's at the boss, but doesn't have silver, so his fight's going to be just a little bit longer than Telethar's. When we get to Ganon, that is.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Beer has reached the top of GT, gets his Butter Sword, small key, and about to get his Thieves Town big key. And we've got simultaneous bosses. Telethar with those silvers, pretty much the same time for both of them. With that mountain start point, really easy access to Ganon as well.
Yeah, that was real quick.
Nice one cycle there for Telethar on phase 1, going for the 1-in-1 here. Moogle Charm has the Butter Sword, so a much simpler 1-in-1 for sure.
Nice short Ganon fights.
Yeah, and we're going to get to see some silver arrows put into Ganon.
Right.
And an untimed slash. And there we go. That is the 4th silver arrow for Telethar. Get your GGs in chat. Meanwhile, Moogle Charm about to take down his Ganon as well.
Yeah, GGs. Another crucial 3 points for the OK dudes.
Yep, Telethar finishing in second with a 153.12, and thus there is the that's going to seal the deal on this one for OK Dudes. Moogle is finishing out his Ganon fight right now. And
there it is.
We go. And it looks like Homemade Beer, after the completion from Telethar, had decided to forfeit. Moogle finishing out, though. Get your GGs in chat for Beer and Moogle, as Moogle finishes with an official time of 1:53.57.
GG's. And it looks like we're going to get a forfeit from Homemade Beer. Looks like we are joined by Telethar and Hitsu's in the waiting room. GG's.
GG's. Thank you.
Well, the seed was stingy, to say the least. A big play made by both teams was skipping out on TR and just going straight through the connector. So, just kind of wondering the thought from both teams on that one.
When I came there, I had 0 keys.
Okay.
And like 3 hearts.
I was blaming him for skipping that.
Yeah, I was being flamed the entire time. Meanwhile, he missed Moon Pearl and arrows.
Oh man, I hate this. I get so many informations that my brain cannot work while playing the game.
Well, you were the first one to finish it, too.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking the biggest issue in our team is the lack of my communication, but I think it's GGW now. Nah, I'm just dreaming.
Yeah. So, yeah, overall, I mean, you got to feel pretty good about everything.
No, not really. Also, that Teleta skipped left side swamp. I don't expect that we win. Because we did some skips that were like maybe major, the ice rod, the mirror, and the big key to GT.
Yeah, I think everyone kind of made the very same plays, though.
I think we skipped those exact 3 things.
Yeah. Yeah, both teams didn't go into Turtle Rock the first time through. And so kind of, I think both last located the mirror and then the climb as well. So we are joined by Beer and Moogle Charm. GG's, guys.
Yo, GG.
GG's.
So there was a couple, I think both teams also had a moment where they went into Ice Palace to kill Cold Stare and ended up mirroring. Did both teams forget to hit the switch? Is that what it was?
I forgot.
That's what happened here, too.
Who did that?
I did.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't hear about that on the...
And Telethar as well.
Yeah.
I never heard about that.
Me neither. I didn't either, so...
So he is hiding.
So therefore it didn't happen.
I'm just curious,
I mean,
why does everyone else
I
have a
died to
level
moth,
4
so it
sword?
doesn't matter.
What's the story here with this 4 sword?
It's upstairs GT.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
I had a my capture card like bugged out twice during that. I think I knocked a thing loose or something, but literally in the middle of the Vidi fight, at the very end, it bugged out, and I didn't know what was going on, but I just kept swinging my sword, and he ended up hitting me a couple times, and when the screen came back up, he was dying, and I had half a heart. I was like, I don't know what happened there. It was like the freakiest thing.
But as far as the seed goes, I mean, it was really, really stingy with like the glove being where it was, which led to the hammer, and then everyone was late to that mirror. We thought maybe the boots were going to be like the key to the seed, but those were just
free in Eastern, just dip Eastern,
convenient,
obviously.
right? Which Beats from the East got to first. So yeah, I guess maybe both teams can maybe talk about their thoughts on the seed overall.
Are you sure you want my thoughts, Fear?
Not really.
I don't know. The seed was just like it sucked because we kept running out of stuff to do, and we're like, well, let's just do random stuff until we can figure out what we're supposed to do. And it was just because I was gonna check the connector. Okay, so I went into TR East with like 2 hearts or something, and so when I bonked across, my plan was to go out the door and then come back in and die, so that I could do the 2 chests in TR. But then it locked me out. It's like, okay, well, I guess we haven't checked West Death Mountain yet, so I'll go look at that. And then we found Eastern in the pod big. I was like, okay, here's the boots. You should go get those because they open a bunch of stuff and they make you go fast, blah, blah. And so Moogle rushed that, but then that meant both of us didn't do the stupid checks in TR.
Yeah, I mean...
And then everything after that was just a headache. It was just, let's just play until they're done or whatever.
Yeah, from us, I kind of agree. This seed was like really difficult to co-op because you just kept running out of stuff, and you're like, how do I avoid doing the same thing as my partner?
Mm-hmm.
Like at the end, I'm sitting there doing Spike Cave and Smith while Hitsu's climbing, and I'm like, this is almost certainly a waste of time. But
Yeah.
following him into left side swamp and then climbing is also a waste of time if that's not it.
Totally. Moogle, you were the first one with that big key, and you were in GT at the time. Was there any ever thought of climbing then?
No, because I still hadn't done Swamp. I still hadn't done.
Yeah.
Ice Palace. It was.
You got the myths. You got the myths in Samaria. It's like a whole bunch of stuff opens up.
Yeah, like that opened up right outside GT. The rock under the rock was, I think, Pyramid Fairy, which had the swamp big. So it was like, well, let's just go clear all the swamp. Yeah. And I think we had a minor communication issue when Beer was in swamp because he was asking if he should go get the big key. And I think I was in the middle of something, and I don't know if maybe I told him not to get it or something. And I mean, it's a big time waste. If you're going to get the big key, you're committing to doing the climb. And I think he was trying to relay it to me. And it was like, well, we still have so much stuff to do. Like, I don't know. We still have the front of TR. We still have Ice Palace big. We still have, I think it was a few things at the time. And it was just like, I don't know, just skip it.
Yeah. Because, we just, everything felt like crap once you get the mirror. And then the glove and everything else comes pretty free because you've done everything at that point.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the mirror was late for both teams. It really didn't feel like the seed opened until everyone got the mirror around like 104 or something.
Well, but the mirror opened up a bunch of garbage. That's what sucked the most, because the only thing you needed the mirror for was the Eastern big, and then that's what opened the seed.
Right. But then that gives you bombos to go back, to hammerless, gloveless ice to get your glove, and then now we can start playing or whatever. Maybe that was at 104.
Yeah, like an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah. That's when you're like, okay, cool, now we can actually. But so when you when you get the mirror, like all it does is open up like 40 checks that are all like, okay, they're all like, there's no route to any of them. You just pick which one you do, and you do one at a time. Mm-hmm. It was really stupid. But yeah, I don't know. This mode's weird.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite mode. Not my favorite co-op mode. There's just kind of too much.
The fact that spoiler co-op was taken out for this is ridiculous in my opinion, but I'll leave it at that.
I was pretty sure at the end that the Ice Rod is in Thieves because Turtle Rock was also there. And a lot of times, I swear to God, in Entrance, you have like endings like this where you just mirror, there's the item, and then there's also the dungeon, Mm-hmm. I don't know why that is so often. Maybe it's RNG, but I don't know. It's so many times, I think. Or I played too many seeds, I guess.
That's probably what the answer is. You just probably played too much.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So who's playing your next match?
Julo and Beer.
Yeah.
We play again.
Okay. And when's that going to be?
Who knows? After SGL, probably.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hitsu, you notice that your teammate outcollected you by 50?
Excuse me?
He grabbed all
I guess now I have to pull up the restream now. What?
the mid game I was just following because he found like the bombers first. Like I don't rescued old man. Then I went to Eastern. Then I cannot use my bow. Then I fly to a shop, buy arrows. Then I go back to Eastern. And then I just followed. He found mids, hammer, everything. I don't know. And I skipped every shit, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Is your back okay, Telethar?
That was good.
We probably, like, collection rate wise, we split most of the dungeons. I think, let's see, I did Eastern. We both did all of Desert because we're smart. Moogle did Hera and Pod and Swamp. I think
Beats from the East was in different places more often than not.
Actually, I take it back. Moogle did every dungeon except Eastern.
Well, GG's to you both. Jesse, do you have any other questions you want to ask the guests?
I think you covered it pretty well tonight, Fear.
All right. Well, any last thoughts from our runners?
Yeah, thanks, guys, for all the stuff you do. And one last question here. You were toxic in the commentary or no?
Oh, and of course, I was not toxic.
Okay, then I don't need to rewatch, right?
Yeah, no, there's no. I would never say anything toxic about you, Hitsu.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for putting on the show, and thanks for the match. We'll see you next time, and we'll get you next time. It'll be easy.
Yeah, so you have no chance against Julo. So.
I know. No one has.
I think it's confirmed. You guys can just race cross keys. You can race reference. You can race co-op. It doesn't matter. You're gonna lose the next one.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I'll just follow Julo. Let him tell me where to go, and then he'll finish the seed before all of us.
This guy is playing with his red nose on the match, probably. The biggest clown.
who's that?
Julo.
Is that you?
Julo.
Oh.
But I did the Julo start today and went to Eastern.
I think it's different when you're doing co-op, though. Like, it's not as clownish as Jula makes it out to be.
Can you send Julo to CAC, please? Do it. Yeah.
No, if he goes to CAC, then we won't find anything. So I'll go to CAC.
All right. Well, GG's to all 4 of our runners. Good luck on your next race and the rest of the season. Shout outs again to our trackers, Jinxie Girl and Link Force Zero. An awesome job keeping track for me and Jesse. Jesse, thanks for letting me step in the booth with you.
Hey, it was a pleasure. In terms of racing, we do have a race tonight at 9:10 p.m. Eastern. Bottles on Empty versus To Infinity and Pagog. Maniacal and Maximum Barnage versus Will WC and Relkin. That'll be on SpeedGaming 4. After that, it's gonna be a bit of a break. Obviously, SG Live is starting this week, so not a lot of races getting restreamed if they are occurring. I see some races currently scheduled for the weekend. We'll see if restreams happen for those. There could be some here over the week, as well as on the ALTTPR League channels. So don't expect too many Retrance races for the rest of this week. Probably a lot of them will be happening next week after the conclusion of SGL. So, but yes, thank you everybody for hanging out today, and we shall see you for the next race.